Hello and welcome to a special edition of Bruin Blitz where we'll recap everything you missed in Bruin sports over the winter break. And as usual, bring you up to date on the latest games and news in Belmont athletics. I'm your host, Emily Proud. After students went home for the holidays, the men's basketball team struggled to produce results without its strong fan base. The team went on a 3-game losing streak consisting of home losses to Evansville on the 9th, Wright State on the 11th, and a road loss against ranked VCU on the 16th. Along with the missing fans, the team was also without OVC leading scorer Craig Bradshaw for those 3 games. Junior returned to action on the road against Fairfield, helping snap the streak by contributing 15 points to the team's 73-61 win. The team closed out 2014 facing a tough Butler opponent. The Bruins put up a good fight in the first half but couldn't continue it into the second and ultimately fell 67-56. The Bruins closed out the non-conference season with a record of 8-5. The women's team was also facing tough times in its non-conference schedule. The Bruins went on a 3-game losing streak against tough competitors, including Chattanooga at home on the 11th, a ranked Kentucky team on the 14th, and at Cleveland State on the 16th. The streak was finally broken on the 19th when the team traveled to Mercer and defeated the Bears 86-83. Unfortunately, the team couldn't continue its success on the road facing Georgia on the 22nd. After that, Belmont returned home to face Western Kentucky, but again fell 66-50 to the Hilltoppers. Then the two teams tipped off the Ohio Valley Conference season on New Year's Day with a doubleheader against Southeast Missouri. The men's team started off the day with a nail-biting victory, 78-77. Although the match was a tight one, the team was able to pull away with the win to start undefeated in conference play. Looking to do the same after a rocky regular season ending with a 3-10 record, the women's team made a statement in its first conference match to open the new year. Behind a tight and hard-fought first half, the Bruins turned up the heat, forcing Southeast Missouri to only 19 points in the second half. The final score ended up a Bruin victory at 62-39. The team had a quick turnaround as they prepared to face 3-time defending conference champion UT Martin just 2 days later. The game was a rematch from last year's conference championship when the Skyhawks came out victorious. With this in mind, the Bruins left it all on the court but came up short with the score 85-68 Skyhawks. Hoping to rebound, Belmont geared up for their game against SIU Edwardsville Tuesday night. The team was unable to bounce back and ultimately lost 67-52. The men's team faced the Cougars the following night and welcomed students back to campus with a battle. The game resulted in a 73-69 win over SIUE. After a 2-game home stance to kick off the conference season, the men's team started a 3-game road swing against Eastern Illinois on Saturday. The team shot 7 from 43 from behind the arc, its lowest 3-point percentage game since becoming an NCAA Division I institution. The Panthers shot 59% from the field, while the Bruins shot 37%. With the shooting trouble, Belmont fell 84-73. In a much closer game, with each team shooting 48%, the women's team battled till the end against Eastern Illinois the same day, but came up short 77-72. Coming up in sports, both teams continue their away stances on Thursday, with the women's team playing at Austin Peay at 5:15 and the men's team at Murray State. Tip-off for that game is set for 8 p.m. With a victory, Belmont coach Rick Byrd will capture his 700th career win. Then on Saturday, the teams reverse, with the women traveling to Murray State at 5 p.m. and the men in Clarksville to face Austin Peay at 7:30 p.m. Now, it's not just basketball season. The men's tennis and track and field teams kick off the 2015 season this weekend. Men's and women's track will compete right down the road at Vanderbilt for the Commodore Indoor Invitational starting Friday and continuing into Saturday. The men's tennis team will be a lot further away in Richmond, Virginia, playing matches against Georgetown at noon and Campbell at 5 p.m. on Friday. The team will also compete on Saturday at 8 a.m. Then both the men and women's tennis teams play on Sunday. The men are at Vanderbilt and the women travel to the University of Kentucky. And with that, we wrap up this special edition of Bruin Blitz, but check back every Tuesday for an all-new episode at BelmontVision.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at sports@BU for all the latest Belmont athletic news. I'm Emily Proud, and go Bruins!